Hi guys, welcome to Behind the Bar with Cara Devine. I have with me Tom Warner of Warner's Gins. Thank you very much for being here.
It's a pleasure. Thanks
he
for having me.
made these all by himself.
I did, yeah.
Now, we did just have a little chat through the range and what makes them really interesting and honestly delicious. So if you haven't seen that yet, then check it out up here. It goes a little bit into the process of distilling and making fruit gins, which I find interesting anyway, and I hope that most of you will. But now I'm going to make some drinks for you. So this time,
Exciting.
you know, yeah, he gets to just stand there and look pretty, and I'm the one that has to do the hard work. So we are starting out now with the Warner's Harrington Dry. So this one is essentially their London Dry style, which is a bit more of a classic gin. So kind of citrus and spice, all things nice is the idea in this one. When I was tasting it previously, I got heaps of cardamom, a lot of orange, like a nice kind of like juicy citrus. So I wanted to lean into this, do a bit of a martini style situation. So I'm gonna go in with 30 mils of the gin. So I don't know about you, but I tend to find that like classic dry martinis absolutely knock me on my ass. So I try and do things that are a little bit lower in ABV
Just
now.
slightly lower, yeah. Yeah, I think it depends on the mood, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sometimes that's what you're looking
Sometimes
for.
you just want
But for this one, we're going to go a little bit more aperitif, kind of like a little lower ABV. Then we're going to go in with some curacao, so you can use really any orange liqueur, obviously Cointreau, so on. I'm using Marinette, which is a nice local one, very similar ethos to you of using local fruits and things like that, and really nice and fresh. So I'm going to do 15 mils of this, and that's going to highlight those juicy orange notes in there. And then 20 mils, it wouldn't be a Cara cocktail if it didn't have sherry in it. With this one, I'm going to go amontillado, so still a dry sherry, but with a little bit more nuttiness. But that one is basically just to highlight those like kind of like cardamom-y spices that I was getting from the gin as well. So 20 mils of this. So that's kind of basically your fortified wine to replace the vermouth, I suppose.
Nice.
And then we're just going to give that a little stir. Do you make cocktails?
I do, but not as well as you. I think I'm probably quite one-dimensional. I keep it quite simple.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll do sours. I'm like a Clover Club. I mean, I love a martini. Yeah. Love a martini with this, and I often, I call it an HD martini or the Archangel martini, where I take some of the Angelica stem from the farm because we grow the Angelica for this gin. Use that as a garnish in the martini, and I don't even go vermouth. I literally just chill this down over ice, straight into a chilled martini glass, piece of the Angelica stem in there, and I call that the Archangel because the variety of Angelica we grow is Angelica Archangelica, which means holiest of angels or angel on high. So I think that's super cool.
That's, I mean, I reckon you would win many a cocktail competition with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that is what I like about these gins, is they are all super flavorful, so you actually don't have to do anything too crazy, I feel, to kind of get them popping. Now, let's see if I can
This is the stuff I'm terrible at. Like, that's amazing.
All right, so little Harrington Martini. If you'd like to have a taste and see what you think of it.
Cheers, everyone.
This is a part where he spits it out.
That's awesome.
You like it?
Yeah, I love that. Good. Yeah, masterpiece.
I mean, he obviously has to say that.
No, that's genuinely delicious. Yeah.
Good. Now we're going to do a little fun rhubarb gin drink. I really love this gin. It's my favourite from the range because it's got that real tartness playing into it as well. Rhubarb and ginger, obviously a match made in heaven. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit of bitterness from this guy. Honestly, I'm not Stellacello, I think is how you say it, but it's a little London amaro. Again, similar ethos to you guys of using kind of nice local root sparks and spices. So that's going to add a little bitter edge to it as well. We're going to go Fever Tree ginger ale because that is a match made in heaven. I'm sure you would agree.
100%.
And then the garnish is going to be dill. So that kind of rhubarb, fennel, rhubarb and dill sort of situation works really nicely. What I love about these gins is they actually have heaps of flavour anyway. So you actually don't have to do too much. Honestly, I'm probably overdoing it. You could just do this straight with ginger, which I think is what you recommend as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's a bit of a cocktail in the glass. You've got the botanicals, you've got the fruit, you've got a little bit of sweetness.
It's almost a sour in a bottle.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So it works really nicely for that. Then this one's just going to be literally like a little 7.5 mils. Just to give it a little edge. And then about the same of lime juice, just to brighten it up a little bit. And I'm gonna go shake it and dump it.
I always struggle with that when I'm making it get just separated. I'm there for like half an hour.
Like, I'm obviously
over-diluted.
usually pretty good, but every now and again it does like to just like show me who's boss, and it takes a second. So sneak that in there, then we're gonna top it with the ginger ale. Then I just need my little sprig of dill. Would you mind passing me a straw?
Always,
That's
yeah.
the word I'm looking for, thank you. Otherwise you're probably gonna be harder to drink. And another one please, if
Yeah,
you don't
sure.
mind.
There you
My
go.
glamorous assistant, thank you. And then we're gonna get a little dill. And I just love using herbs like right beside the straw like this. Obviously mint, but dill, basil, whatever you have to hand. And it gives you a nice little waft of just an other element.
Yeah, but
drink.
that's where we taste, right?
Yeah,
Our nose is
right
like
up the nose.
90% of it, yeah.
So you can have a little taste.
Cheers, thank you very much. I'm getting spoiled.
Actually, I know, I should have made stew. I didn't think
Oh.
about this.
Oh, that's rock and roll juice. That's just fantastic.
Super refreshing.
Super refreshing. It's not overly sweet. It's got enough that bitter note that comes through. That just that I could drink a lot of that. A lot of those even. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So there we have a little kind of like Martini Jabberwocky style drink with the Harrington Dry gin, and then a nice little kind of mule type situation with the Warner's Rhubarb gin. Thank you very much for coming.
Well, thanks for having me. Thanks for making me drink. That's awesome.
So now you know.